There are a few points you should avoid when staying in such rooms. This is absolutely not mandatory, but there is a beautiful, polite gesture when taking off your shoes. There's some new information, so please stay with me. Minasan konnichiwa, and welcome to Let's Ask Shogo. One of the most exciting things about visiting Japan is staying at the Ryokan hotels. Ryokan are Japanese traditional and unique hotel facilities, and staying there will enhance your journey in Japan. However, I've heard of some people who are worried about the rules they may not know about staying at a traditional facility. So today, I'll explain the 4 taboos that are best to avoid when you stay at Ryokan hotels. The 4 things will become more important toward the end, so please watch this video until the end. Although the title says taboo, it can be rephrased as the 4 points to enjoy Ryokan more. I hope this video is useful for anyone planning on staying at a Ryokan, and if there's anything else you want to know more about it, please let me know in the comments. In this channel, you can take a closer look at Japanese traditional culture, tips on traveling to Kyoto, and social problems in Japan. So learners and lovers of Japanese language and culture, be sure to subscribe to enjoy more content. それでは本日は旅館に泊まってまいりましょう。1. Not using the Japanese-style room correctly. Since most ryokan are traditional Japanese buildings, rooms are generally Japanese-style rooms with tatami mats. There are a few points you should avoid when staying in such rooms. 1. Not taking off your shoes. 2. Walking barefoot. 3. Dragging suitcases with wheels. 4. Putting luggage or sitting on the tokonoma. 5. Not handling the cushions correctly. The first one is well known, but removing your shoes is necessary in Japanese-style buildings. There's actually a step like this, and slippers are often provided, so you will know where to take off your shoes. This is absolutely not mandatory, but there is a beautiful, polite gesture when taking off your shoes. You take off your shoes facing forward, then turn around, squat down, and turn your shoes over. Some people face their back toward the room and remove their shoes, but this is not considered the correct gesture. Please try it out. Next, walking barefoot on time mats is considered a taboo. If you've been watching my videos, I'm pretty sure you've heard this one 1,000 times. But there's some new information, so please stay with me. Tatami is a traditional type of flooring that is made from natural grass called igusa. Therefore, if you walk around with dirty feet, it is difficult to clean them completely. So bare feet are avoided as a sign of respect. Please wear socks. But you don't have to keep your socks on during the whole stay. Take a bath or a shower. When your feet are absolutely clean, it's okay for you to be barefoot. In addition, please do not drag suitcases or other items with casters across its tatami mats. Even just placing a chair with legs and sitting on it for a while is enough to cause a dent that cannot be repaired. It will very easily get badly damaged with casters. When placing the suitcase, please try to place it with the flat side of the suitcases down as much as possible. Now, you might be thinking, why does Japan use such a tiresome flooring in the first place? Tatami mats are very comfortable to sit on and are more useful than wooden floors because they keep your bodies less cold when you put a futon on the floor. Yes, it is tiresome, but I hope you can enjoy it as a part of your experience. In rooms of traditional buildings like ryokan, there is a space called the tokonoma, the alcove. Oh, it's the perfect place to keep my luggage. You might think so, but please never sit there or put anything on this area. Tokonoma is a space that represents the jouzanoma, where the higher ranked people used to sit. Even today, it's where you place the room's most valuable items for the guests to enjoy. It is considered rude to step into or place anything randomly in that area. Lastly, let's talk a little bit about the zabuton cushions. This might be surprising, but there are rules for the correct side and orientation. Yes, everyone, that's Japan. If you randomly flip the cushion over and use it, the side that's not supposed to get dirty might get dirty. So it's best not to move the cushion so much, but keep them where they are at the start. Regarding even stricter rules, stepping on cushions is also considered bad manners. This is seen as stepping on a pillow lent to you at a friend's house where you are staying. Therefore, it is best to sit from the knees or tuck it under the hips after sitting down. However, this is difficult without any experience of sitting on the floor, so please don't strain yourself. 2. Not wearing the yukata correctly. You finally got into the room, taking very good care of the tatami mats and the cushions, and now it's time for you to relax. Let's get dressed in the relaxation wear of ryokan hotels, the yukata. But there are 2 things you must keep in mind here too. They are which side of the yukata is up and where you can wear the yukata to. First, yukata or kimono must be worn with the right side inside and the left side outside. It's easy to memorize if you remember you should be able to see an alphabet Y in the mirror. There are usually paper instructions on how to tie the obi belt. However, anything is fine. A butterfly knot, a carotid obi tie, or a kaku obi tie. Next is about where you can wear your yukata. Please think of yukata as the same as pajamas. Unlike a hotel, a ryokan is considered a home where you spend time with other guests. So it's okay to wear the yukata to the eating places or onsen hot springs. You may rather stand out if you were wearing your regular clothes. However, exiting the ryokan in your yukata is like walking outside in your pajamas, so you usually wouldn't do it. By the way, some hotels in Japan provide yukata as room wear, but in that case, you're not allowed to leave your room with it on. If you'd like to learn more about how to wear the yukata and move correctly in it, you can watch our older video. 3. Taking food back to your room. Finally, it's time for you to enjoy the delicious food at the Japanese ryokan. You can usually choose whether to have the course meal brought to your room or eat at a buffet restaurant inside the building. Either place you eat, you must be careful not to take any food with you. I've lived in the US and China, but it's quite normal for you to take home any food that you couldn't finish, right? However, in Japan, not only ryokans but restaurants in general, you're not allowed to take home any food. This is because there have been incidents in Japan where restaurants have been forced to shut down due to people complaining of illness from food they brought home. If you leave the food you brought home to rot, and if you eat it and you get sick, that should be that person's responsibility. But in Japan, that's not how it works. Especially Japanese traditional cuisine has a wide variety of raw dishes, but it gets very humid and hot around summer and food gets bad very easily. Saying if it's this you can take home or if it's this time of the year you can take home becomes complicated. So it is prohibited to take home altogether. Even if you want to eat the rest tomorrow, you must give up and leave it. 4. Not following the rules of the onsen. Now that you're full eating the delicious Japanese food, it's finally time for you to go to the onsen hot springs or the bath of the ryokan hotel. However, there are actually quite a lot of rules at the onsen too. I know it's about time you're all irritated, but please stay with me. The main rules at onsens are as follows. 1. Bring a face towel into the bathing area. 2. Wash your body before entering the bathtub. 3. Don't dip the towel hair in the bathtub. 4. Wipe your body before returning to the changing room. You take your clothes off in the change room, but always bring a face towel with you into the bathing area. This towel is for you to wipe your body in the bathing area before returning to the changing room. Once you enter the bathing area, you'll find a very big bathtub filled with the onsen, but you cannot jump straight in. You must wash your hair and your body at the shower booths. Also, many Japanese people don't do this either, but please put all the items back in their original position after using it. Finally, it's time for you to enter the onsen bathtub. But hold on, be careful not to dip your hair or the face towel you brought. It's best to keep the towel dry for you to use later. Or if you used it for washing your body, some soap might be left on it. Many people tend to hide their private parts and accidentally enter the bathtubs, soaking the towel. Although you may feel some resistance if you are not used to it, but you must take the towel away before entering the bathtub. Long hair is likewise considered unclean and should be tied up instead of dipped in the bathtub. Wait, but isn't the hair of your private parts dirtier? I received this comment a lot on the old video I talked about onsen taboos. So I did some research. Body hair is almost impossible to avoid putting in the water, but you can avoid the hair on your head with just a little effort. Then let's all put in that little effort together to do the best we can. That's the concept of this rule. Now that you've fully enjoyed the bath, it's time to go. However, again, you must not wet the changing room floor. Please wipe yourself as much as possible with that towel you brought with you. You don't have to make yourself completely dry though. If it's not dripping, then that's enough. One more thing that many people might be concerned is about having tattoos and going to an onsen. Unfortunately, even today, most onsen hot springs prohibit the entrance of anyone with tattoos. As many people know, having tattoos was long considered a sign of membership in a Yakuza Japanese gang. More and more young Japanese are starting to have tattoos as fashion, but you still could scare some customers away. Then if you have tattoos, do you have to completely give up going to an onsen? No, that's not true. There are two ways for you to enjoy onsen. It's either you choose a ryokan that has a fancy bathtub in the room you stay, or choose a ryokan that provides private onsen. Some websites of ryokan with private onsen clearly say they welcome people with tattoos, LGBT couples, etc. Then lastly, today's conclusion. I introduced the 4 taboos you should avoid at a ryokan hotel. 1. Not using the Japanese style room correctly. Please take good care of the tatami flooring, avoid entering and placing things on the tokonoma, and moving the cushions. 2. Not wearing the yukata correctly. Yukata, provided at ryokan hotels, are considered pajamas. Please follow the instructions to wear it correctly, and avoid walking outside the ryokan's area. 3. Taking food back to your room. In Japan, not only ryokans but at restaurants in general, you're not allowed to take home back any food. 4. Not following the rules of the onsen. I introduced the 4 basic rules. 1. Bring a face towel into the bathing area. 2. Wash your body before entering the bathtub. 3. Don't dip the towel hair in the bathtub. 4. Wipe your body before returning to the changing room. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. If this video helped you to deepen your understanding towards staying at a ryokan style hotel, please hit the like button. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. And my ultimate goal is to make Japan a better place for future generations to enjoy Japanese culture and history. If you're interested in all of the other activities that I do, please take a look at the description box and check out all the things that I do. Then everyone, I'll see you in my next video. 皆さんどうもありがとうございました. Interested in training katana skills from anywhere worldwide with Let's Ask Shogo? Join the Yushin-Ryu online lessons to learn how to perform the cool and unique EI techniques from modern-day Musashi Yushin Sensei. I, Shogo, a third-dan trainee of the style myself, will be your interpreter to explain everything perfectly in English for you. Every lesson will be recorded for you to rewatch anytime, and official dan ranks will be provided to prove your progress. Check out the description box or pinned comment to sign up now and for more information. So staying at ryokan hotels in a regular hotel is completely different. I think the biggest difference is that in the past when travelers, for example, in Japan, in times when samurai still existed and such, ryokan hotels were like these basically houses, huge buildings that everyone stayed in as, it was like it's almost like you're sharing a house kind of thing, share house kind of thing, sharing room kind of thing. That's the reason why inside the ryokan, you get to wear these pajamas and you see other people in their pajamas, maybe without any makeup or, without any accessories on and stuff, but that's okay because that's the concept of ryokan, which is something that's very different, from regular hotels, where privacy is like the top priority. You don't see you try your best to not see other people in the hallways, and avoid, making contact with other people. That's how regular hotels are. But ryokan hotels is the opposite. So in the beginning, it might feel a little bit, should I say, it might have this unique feeling, it probably feels a really unique experience where you're in your at-home mode, basically, but you meet all these people you've never met before. Not just at the eating places like the restaurants, but also even when you take a bath, you see all these other people, right? So I bet it's a very new experience for many of you, but I personally really like staying at ryokan hotels. I don't know, the feeling of relaxation I feel is very different from the hotels. From my experience of the hotels that I've stayed in, ryokan, I personally feel it's like a little bit more open, if that makes sense. There's more space, I guess, because again, you get to relax even when you're outside your own room too. And yeah, it's just a lot of the traditional, again, like the floorings and the decorations might be in the interior and such is also something very relaxing. Maybe it's just because I'm Japanese, but anyways, yeah, if you ever stayed at a ryokan before, yeah, of course you probably just stayed at a lot of different hotels too. Please let me know in the comments how you felt staying at a ryokan hotel and a regular hotel is different. It'd be great if you can share it for other people who haven't experienced ryokan hotels yet.